We also have Venice going to war, Ferrara and Genoa, so they know, or maybe they were just part of the Austrian war. No, no, Venice has their own war going on here. Venice wants to take over Ferrara. Again, of course, this is the absolute great place to expand into now, since it's no longer part of the HRE. It doesn't have imperial protection or an imperial increase to aggressive expansion. It's also obscenely high in development. And that really helps with spreading the institution. Grugi taunting me by claiming that maybe he could play slower and that would help me out. Me oh my. Hang on. Trebizond? Didn't Golden Horde subjugate Trebizond? Ah, the Pontic people migrated over to Mantrega. Well, hats off to them, but I wonder. The Golden Horde has a great tradition of forcing their subjects to follow their faith. They did it to Odiev and to Circassia. And hey, it worked. Does Circassian look orthodox to you? What about Odiev? I think not. You have the greedy trait, do you not? I wonder if anybody actually has a greedy trait at the moment. I want to check our Austrian ruler, and yeah, of course that. They got Hungary, and nobody seems to be contesting that, so that's going well for them. We have the indulgent buffoon of Austria. I can't get over the bad luck that our Austrian player has been having. He normally has incredibly good luck. King Louis de Valois, he's got the loose lips, and he's a bit of a sinner, but he does bring down the build costs. And I guess, like father, like son, the other Louis is also a sinner. He's going to more want the Queen Consort to take over then. Not going to happen with the heir at the age of 30, but she's a scholar. That reduced tech cost could help them out, especially since France did decide that colonialism would be theirs. So colonialism is now really starting to spread. We have it over in Ragusa, it's spreading through Naples. The Pope is getting behind that institution. And yet all around France, which go figure, that's where it would be spreading. But this is kind of tough for the Iberians. The institutions are spread out, so it kind of balances out for the Europeans, because let's take Sweden, for example. Sweden is going to have a pretty nasty time for the Renaissance, because it's going to have to go travel up all the way through Germany, through Denmark, until it finally starts hitting up on Södermalm. Welfare. However, when it comes to the likes of the printing press, that spreads considerably faster between the Protestant and Reformed religions, of which Sweden is highly likely to go. So then it'll balance out when they are very quick to get that and won't be facing the tech penalty. What I'm getting at here is that Castile, Portugal, Aragon, the Iberians should be getting the colonialism institution. It's very likely to pop up around here. It may pop up in England if they beat them to the punch. But Grugi had to come along and just throw everybody's bowl of cereal onto the ground and go, no, the home of colonialism is going to be right here. So that makes life a little tougher for them. There we go. Albania being the birthplace of colonialism. So it's going to take its sweet time spreading over. France kind of helped them out by embracing it, but it's still giving Castile, Portugal, Aragon that tech penalty that is only growing. Don't want to let it slide. I see you there, Wiz. You have converted Alexandria to Coptic. You managed to free your patriarch there, have you? Now, because you have the religious ideas, you are steamrolling when it comes to conversion here. Yes, indeed, they see the light, and that means he has re-unlocked his promotion of territorial rights, so coring is going to be even cheaper here for the Wissington. He did have that temporarily because Armenia, I was led to believe, popped out, and since Armenia is Coptic, and the provinces were Coptic, it fulfilled the extra criteria, but they were absorbed by some greedy Turk to the north. So the blessing was lost, it has now been regained, and he'll be looking to grab Antikia and Erevan to gain the remaining blessings, that legitimacy, that manpower. Legitimacy, of course, has effects for, let's say, you're a republic, you'll get republican tradition, etc., etc. Just throwing that one out there like I know it. How high is the reform desire currently? Not a number that we keep tabs on very often, but let's have a look at it. 95%. We're probably going to be seeing... Oh, well, there we go. Missed that one, didn't I? So the Protestants are on the rise now. They're all about it in Bohemia. Long legacy of those Hussites. What do we have here? Over in Cleves and spreading up through the north. England did end up taking a little bite out of Norway. Not the biggest of bites. They didn't end up taking Oslo. Perhaps they have an agreement where that's going to go to Sweden. I don't know. But Sweden has their own agreement. That is war with Denmark and take back everything we can. The same Denmark who is getting slaughtered by noble rebels. That's okay. The Swedes know how to slaughter Danish nobles, so they're on their way south as well. Denmark begging for peace. We'll cede Montferrat to Austria? Am I reading that right? Maybe I was clicking on something else there. I am hopping around as an observer after all. So, Skåne... What? What am I seeing here? It'll probably get renamed accordingly. Okay, so the Protestants' faith is something that they're trying to spread. We don't know if Sweden is going to embrace it. We would have thought they would have by now, but perhaps they started this war beforehand. Protestantism, yeah, we see that the English have gone Protestant. So I'm trying to get a gauge for where the centers of Reformation are. We got it over in Cleves, over there in Bohemia. Oh, well, there we go, over in Copenhagen as well. Kind of bad news for England, since it's probably not going to spread throughout their countries so much, or through their provinces. They'll have to do it manually. Also means that colonies that they've already established and land that they already have. Okay, the Azores is a terrible example for colony. Here, for example, then, well, it's Catholic. He could resend his colonist and make it Protestant, like he's got up in Baltimore. And Avalon is Protestant. Well, that's wonderful for him. Okay, we have quite a bit of war going on. Seems that Starnan wants to pick a fight with the Pope. Conquest of Romagna. I mean, who's going to defend the Pope? Not Genoa and not Lucca, that's for sure. Of course, we have Daniel. He's fighting with Mali, Conan, Borneo, and Kong. Daniel is one greedy guy. I know he's got loose lips and he's a sinner, but deep down I know he's greedy. He wants that Malian gold. Mali, maybe not too much of a pushover. Sure, 2 techs behind is pretty bad, but Mali, okay, well, no, Mali is just getting destroyed here. Can't put much of a fight against all these French coming on, pouring on in. And that's where the Mali army is. We've got Timbuktu over there. Okay, so that means Mali's stuck in 2 wars. It's a bad day to be them, that's for sure. We also have Burgundy fighting with Denmark. Like I said, Burgundy is such a vulture here. They do not, however, have their ships in play to actually cross over. I'm surprised about that. It's possible that they have an agreement with Sweden, but Burgundy won't get too far in life by just relying on agreements, especially since they haven't inherited any of their subjects. As far as I can see, Flanders, well, of course, they integrated Nevers. Ah, Nevers. So strong. But now they're gone. Yeah, there are very good provinces here, ripe for development, since it's delicious farmlands. As we all know, you can never grow anything in Sweden. So if you want some good land for developing, you want to grab it in Denmark. It's not like they're going to be putting up a fight. They got no allies, their subjects are gone. All they have is this remnants of a navy that I'm still confused why Burgundy is just letting be there. Probably because Burgundy has 6 transports, while the Danes actually have, well, they got a light ship and something else. I'm not too sure. But still, they're not moving across. Oh well, who am I to judge their own actions there? Did Burgundy lose one of their unions? I only saw 2. So they got Flanders, they got Holland. So what about Brabant? How did Brabant get free? I'm unsure of this, but maybe opinion went too low and they lost it. Let's see, they have Restoration of Union on Brabant. So, you tell me. Okay, they also have a pretty beefy coalition. Well, I don't know how that word dropped out of my head. Yeah, that's an interesting defense by Brabant. They got free and they joined a coalition against Burgundy, so Burgundy can't just slap them right back in under their rightful rule. That casus belli isn't going to last forever. And apparently Austria will defend them, so very bad news for Burgundy. When did they lose them? You were inaugurated in 1506, so possibly. Yeah, 1503 for you. Interesting. I will have to probe Burgundy for information on that, or perhaps there are people over there in chat who were far more observant than I, the observer. I'm also being asked to check the Golden Horde. Listen, I don't need any excuse to go and admire the Golden Horde. I don't just check him, I admire him. Tough thing for the Golden Horde is that if they want to expand east themselves, that Uzbek is pretty big and strong. And technologically, well, in terms of military, they're on par there. Also both got fairly good rulers. The Ottomans, they have gobbled up. Oh man, Georgia was here, now it's gone, as well as a fair amount of Karakunian land. What else do we have going on? People are always wanting the Luba updates. I'm sure he's listening in, so I just want to point it out for you, Bjorn. The people are demanding action from Luba. Your truce is up. You only have a truce with Lunda. You do not have a truce with Kazembe. Granted, they have some meaty alliances with Lunda and Rwanda. You can take them, though. You just have to believe in yourself. Okay, so maybe Lunda out-techs you. Nothing big. And maybe in terms of army size, it would be 8 versus 7, 11. You gotta believe in yourself. Let's actually hop over to Luba and have a quick thought about how they could go about this. So Kasanje and Congo would not help them out. Congo really likes their enemies, so that's not happening. In fact, they're pretty stuck in here. Not only that, but hold on. Whoa, I didn't notice that. I didn't realize they were actually colonizing this. Perhaps they got that fairly rare native event where they can actually gain a colony. You're going to want to station your guys there. And now you have access to the Rwandans who... Hang on, Rwanda? No, not part of all of that. Mind you, Rwanda looks big and strong there. Okay, so Luba have formidable challenges ahead of them. I think we all just need to believe in Bjorn B. Send him your support on the forums. I know he wants it. Believe in Luba. We can also believe in the greed of Daniel as he continues to mince his way through Mali. The question is Songhai going to stand for this? Songhai, of course, is going to want to consolidate their power here, gobble up the miners, and everyone is now a miner compared to Songhai here. But will they befriend France, or will they kick them out? Songhai certainly have the home advantage, but they do not have the tech advantage. France would just about shoot them to death at this point. Still though, I wonder. Also, Songhai is going to be surrounded by the French here. Or so it seems. Might strike a nice deal with the Castilians, saying Africa for the Africans. Okay. Well, damn. Well, damn. That coalition wasn't messing around. It decided to fire, and that's bad news for Burgundy. It's going to be especially bad news for Burgundy if any of the players decide to jump in. This is not a winnable war for them. They got 36,000 maybe. And the enemy of, wow, Hamburg. Well, Hamburg, who is hilariously occupied. That's not going to get them out of the war, though. They're too clever for that. So, yeah, 100 and... Okay, Burgundy is not coming out of this one in one piece. We might, just might, see Nevers back on the map. Here's hoping. But I think they're going to be kissing goodbye to Holland and Flanders here. Their prestige probably won't remain quite so high, and that means that Liberty Desire in Holland and Flanders is going to skyrocket. Hilariously. They're both put onto aggressive, so Burgundy really wants their subjects to die here. terms of allies, they've only got Brandenburg, and it is quite surprising that nobody else is jumping them. The thing is, both England and France, no doubt, are itching to jump Burgundy. France has the issue that their troops are down dealing with Mali. Of course, they could wrap that up pretty quickly. The English have the trouble that if they jump on that, France is going to jump on them. Yeah, still quite a chunk of the French army here. They could happily declare war and get going with that. I don't think Brandenburg is jumping to anybody's defense right about now. So where's the English army? Well, they're not dealing with the Gaelic separatists. Are we actually going to see Geldon back on the map? Well, back on the map. On the map for the first time in a Dev MP, I'd say. Colonially, though? Okay, so the Iberians have finally joined in here, Castile establishing their colony. Excuse me, that was too much. Burgundy claim they took only one province. Well, it was 24 developments from Savoy. And I think that was a non-co-belligerent, if I had to guess. So, shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Either that. I'm not sure if this was a war that he did on his own or somebody else. Oh, maybe Savoy was the target here. Either way, I'll have to check with that one, but it's quite amusing. Yeah. Oh, you took Friesland. 30 development in the HRE. Is that the one you took? It must be. Okay, so I am completely blind here. They already had Savoy, never mind that. What Burgundy took was Friesland here. Or Fries. 30 development in the HRE. Yeah, nobody's going to be that happy about it. Sweden gave me the province. Ah. Aha. Swedes. Can't trust them. Playing nice with the letter Z. It's a mistake you tend to only make once when playing developer multiplayer. Oh no. Oh no. The worst thing. Luba's gone. Luba is dead. Sure, the Luban separatists are there, but they are not about to be making a comeback against Kazembe. Oh my. Pray for Luba, but it won't be enough. They lost their colony as well. It just... it couldn't actually get any worse for them. I see the chat just filling up with F now. Everybody paying all their respects to Bjorn and Luba. That's because you didn't show enough support. You should have been spamming his inbox with believe in Luba. I'm not sure what they are, but you should rest in them. Oh my. Yeah, poor Luba. I think we all feel for you there. I like that the chat is also agreeing that this is in some way Daniel's fault. Not sure which Daniel. We have Daniel in Austria and a Daniel in France. And they aren't killing each other, which is a shame. I would quite like them just to start having a beat down in the mountains of Switzerland. I wonder if we can... hang on, is he at peace right now? I wonder. I have an idea, Anders. How about we go and drag in Zeke? I know he's playing at the moment, and I know he has rebels, but maybe he could come in and give a quick explanation about why he's done this horrible thing to Burgundy.
I'll go see if
see if he wants to come in and explain himself. If you're going to walk the walk in the game, I'm going to make you sit down here and talk the talk. Daniel claiming that he's going to bring Luba back, but of course as a Copt. Oh, me oh my. I'm very amused by that, but I do wonder how Burgundy's getting out of this. They're going to have to offer a tribute of near enough 100%. They will release Friesland and Provence. Release Mecklenburg. Oh no, that's Brandenburg. They can still sell out Brandenburg as long as they're staying in the war.
In the words of Zeke and the almighty Valfad, he will be in here as soon as he's not super busy.
Excellent. Yeah, super busy, meaning he's eating these Danish separatists. How dare those Danes want to separate? It's strange that he's not actually destroying them, though. What in the world is he doing over in Gotland? What in the world is that man doing? I don't even know. He's just having a little holiday over in Visby after a job well done of destroying Burgundy. Justice for Luba, justice for Burgundy. So Luba got destroyed, and whilst Burgundy is feeling the heat, I wouldn't say they are out yet. They're going to be weakened, certainly, and they are going to need a big, strong ally to help them out. Otherwise, they will probably be partitioned by England and France. Any kind of partitioning there probably works to France's benefit the most, because even if England takes more land, France is in a great position to just say, by the way, that land you took, maybe 25 years down the line, I'm having it. England has now married off a princess to the Prince of Prester John's kingdom. Okay, so we see we have the royal marriage between England and Ethiopia. How beautiful. Doesn't seem to have resulted in a consort for either party, unfortunately. Wow, the Solomonids. An infertile and craven ruler here, which is probably not helping the whole heir situation at the age of 54. But, like all before him, Ethiopia is ruled by a zealot. Just as well, because they are mincing their way through these Sunni provinces. Some lady from beyond the edge of the world showed up and wanted to marry the emperor. We felt sorry for her. Words from Wissington. Me oh my. Okay, now it's Starnan slowing down the show here. We'll see what's going on there. Get in here.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I think you're going to need that one on, though.
I'll just grab it. Hey, Jake.
Yo, Zeke.
What's up? Oh, shit, I feel short.
Don't worry, you always come up short.
Well, whoa.
Okay, so let's admire Sweden, shall we?
I really want to... I just hope those rebels are killed, because I crashed out, so... okay, yeah, they're weak as fuck. Okay.
They're Danish.
Yeah, I know. And if you wonder what the deal with Gotland was, is that I've forgotten about the new modifiers when you attack someone sieging. So I was like, I really don't want to go across that strait, because they had higher numbers. So I was like, how can I get to them without going through horrible modifiers? So I was like, I'll transfer to Gotland, then I'll go to Östergötland.
I thought you were just chilling, you know?
No,
like, I want a nice holiday in Visby.
Like I have so few transports, so I had already like transported half of my troops when I realized my mistake, and I was like, they're probably gonna finish the siege before I manage to get back there, so I just gotta own it now.
But there we go. We got a nice looking Sweden. It's been a long time coming, but it's
pretty
happened.
proud about it.
Yeah, as you should be. Your ally here got a bit stomped.
Yeah, I'm super sad that, I mean, I couldn't do much about it. Honestly, like, if people wonder why I wasn't part of the war, and Muscovy was perfectly aware of this, that I had struck a deal with Burgundy that we'd both stay out of it. The thing is, if I had gone into the war, Burgundy would have on Poland's side as well. So, essentially, me and Muscovy discussed it, and like, yeah, I mean...
Okay, so instead of just adding two other people that would be fighting each other, you guys go deal with that.
I mean, I had, as you saw early on, Poland, yet again, trying to go back on his word and tried to land in Sweden. I knocked him right out, so...
Of course.
Don't you worry. No,
the king of welfare strikes again.
And also, since I saw people blaming me for Burgundy's misfortune, and I'm pretty upset about that, because Burgundy is my friend. However, I was like, what do you want to help me fight the Dane? He was like, I want Friesland, and I want whatever the top part of Denmark is. Nordjylland. And I'm like, okay, cool. you can have them, but you have to get both in this war. And he was like, yes.
Okay.
And then during our war with Denmark, he's like, peace out Friesland to me. And I'm like, okay, I can't do it right now because we didn't have enough score originally. It's like, can we just white piece them and take them later? He was like, no. And I'm like, okay, I guess we'll increase these percentages.
Your hand was forced then.
My hands are so clean this session. I am in no strive.
I can see why you wanted it though. 30 development.
Beautiful.
Pretty nice. Dutch, but it was too much for him. But what else did he end up getting?
I like that allying me is becoming like the kiss of death. Like, help Sweden out and get fucked.
Muscovy did it. They got their soul ripped apart.
Yeah, Muscovy has been a great ally. I mean, people gave him a lot of shit.
That past tense.
No, I mean, he's not dead. I'm still planning on helping him, like, whenever it's hard now when we don't have a border, but, I mean, would he...
You hear that, Poland?
I still consider him my ally, and I will not cooperate with Poland. He did not treat me well.
This is brilliant, because Poland has their own fair share of troubles. They have the Ottomans right here with a knife pressed at their back, going, if you look at me funny, you die.
Makes me every day happier. Yeah, Ottomans, I mean... We don't have an alliance, but he does care for the survival of Sweden.
Okay, Poland is chiming in there. No, you won't, Zeke. Okay,
I won't
so
what?
it's on. You probably won't be able to slap him down.
Well, consider that I'm not in game now, so he can't do anything to me right now. But either way, yeah, I mean, Sweden is looking well again. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it does look good. Okay, well, Protestants though.
Here cometh my disaster.
Yeah, you're probably in the whole religious war, but
Yeah.
are you planning on going Protestant?
I have nothing against going Protestant. So, I mean...
Joining your good friend. Okay, what's all this about, though? The English
I saw that.
in Scandinavia?
Yeah, it's pretty gross. But, I mean...
This is almost like a tricolour in itself. This has got to go.
He also hasn't said anything to me, so that's...
He's coming for you.
It's very rude.
He knows that Södermalm is the best Malm. So.
That is... Oh, so true. Hello, Miss... Oh, alright, they're sieging. Send hearts for my rebel, or for my troops to fight the rebels, for the AI.
Yeah, people are going to help you out with the rebels, I think.
That's...
Probably not Poland, though. I don't think Poland is going to help you out.
I mean, it would be very nice. Hey, Poland, what up? Can mend it.
The war was very bloody on both sides, but
yeah,
it was a question in numbers. Golden Horde and Timurs came.
There was some decisive, as always in like larger wars. Obviously, this is not close to as large as they're gonna get further into the game. However, there are always those decisive battles that are like super tight, and it's just whoever pulls out first will have to recover quickly or fall.
Well, I'll be damned. He looks like either that's another coalition war. Yeah, he's still getting punitively hit. The kiss of death strikes again.
Martin, should have been more humble in your claims. Taken Nordjylland first.
That would have helped out a lot, though, if he'd just gone here and then worked on Friesland.
Yeah, well, I mean, I made similar mistakes in the past myself, so I can't blame him.
In fact, in the previous one, if I recall well.
But I also recovered from that. That's what I said after the first round when I was reduced. Like, don't worry, I'll be back. This always happens to me. Literally every MP starts horrendously.
Yeah.
Well. What you gonna do?
Well, I'm very pleased with how this is going, because I always like watching people beat each other up in this.
Pretty exciting. I just wish we could rehost so I can join.
You got any favorites at the moment?
You mean my fave baby nations?
Well, we're thinking, because we always play for the top 8, really.
I mean,
Ottomans are claiming that they are the best in the world.
I was just gonna say he's always up to crazy shenanigans, but this time around I'm thoroughly amused and enthralled by what Grug is up to.
Yeah, he's got it all laid out, and nobody really seems to be objecting to it. Nobody's stepping up saying, I will be the new crusade.
I mean, it ain't nothing to object the Ottomans, especially with incompetent players in there.
Yeah, man, I don't like this. I don't like something in the game telling Grugi that he is the greatest in the world. Yeah, it goes to his head.
Yes, and he will surely sit around all of Twitter Tuesday, claiming that he is the best. That might also, though, be his downfall.
How very fitting that Johan stuck his family tree into Martin's Ethiopia.
There we go.
Man, he's playing the Diplo game. Oh well. Ho ho. I don't know if you've got work or not to get on with if you're out of this.
I should get back. But yeah,
But no, it's been great having you on.
keep on rooting for Sweden.
Yeah.
Valfad, I don't have it on, but yeah.
All right. Cheers, Zeke. All right. Welcome back to the multiplayer session of Burgundy getting destroyed. Poor Burgundy, they got too greedy. I was thinking it would be very fitting if their ruler did actually have the greedy trait, but they are in fact a scholar. Shame they didn't research these claims ahead of time. Then again, inaugurated in 06. Also being told to look at Timurids. I do love me some Timurids. But I don't think, unless I'm completely blind, that they're getting up to too much. As I said, some friend of the lady from beyond the world showed up, claimed to be the new emperor. We felt sorry for him. Bit of tit and tat back and forth between Ethiopia and England there. We also have the... I do really wonder what's going to be going on between Ottomans and Ethiopia, though, because very soon the Mamluks are going to cease to be. They don't have any truces at the moment. I'm surprised that Ethiopia isn't already gunning them down, but Ethiopia is doing the Ajiran thing. To be fair, Ethiopia has some of the best expansion possibilities around. They can go south, they can go deeper into here, although they would be kicking off against Stronghai. That's something nobody really wants to do. There's a reason we call them the Stronghai. Also being told to look over at Ming. Ming are looking pretty good. They're holding it together. And kind of strange that they're claiming all over this. Okay, Korea is not looking so good. They tried to expand into the Jurshen, and the Jurshen bit back. Separatists on one side, Korshin on the other. Yikes. Poor moves for you. Right, I want to make my way south and check it, because we have no more fetishist players. The only one we had is gone. So I want to see how they're doing in terms of their day. What's the word I'm looking for? Their cults. There we go. Melira. Giving extra tolerance to the true faith for Mutapa. That's pretty good. That's like -2 revolt risk in all of their fetishist provinces. Sadly, though, they have quite a few that do not follow the true faith. And it's a heavy burden to try and convert them. Kazambe, they're going over with Kwezi for better relations over time. And one more, we'll check out Strongo. They're also going for the BROT. So Wissington's still fighting down there. Burgundy getting crushed, really. It's a sad state of affairs. They should be clawing to their allies, saying, please help me. This is a big and scary coalition that I'm fighting, again. It's a shame, though, because these guys don't have lots of aggressive expansion, but they decided that now is the time to strike if we want to bring down Burgundy. And pay a lot of heed to this. The French are on the border. The French know that they could strike Burgundy. Burgundy has no allies. Burgundy is being targeted by covert actions by France. France is building a spy network in Burgundy. It is currently at very large. Oh dear, oh my. That's not a good time to be Burgundy. If we look over at France again, they are making claims, and it doesn't look like they're being shy about it. These claims are fresh. Including Nevers. Nevers popped out, allied with Aachen and Lorraine. No, this is a good time for France. They have claims on land that nobody else can defend. Sneaky Daniel. That's what he does. But will he strike? He can be blamed for many things, so blame Daniel. I do wonder if and when he's going to strike, though. Now, surely he will strike, and he has a very large army with which to do so, but perhaps he's waiting for his particularists to rise up. No, he's enjoying some Catholic zealots over in his subject Navarra there. But his own particularists, they're close to popping, very close. because of the Cape. I don't know why the Cape is so angry, but it is. Let's see. Ah, yes, that's that is a bug. I will put my hands up and say yes, there's a bug there, and it's already fixed internally. But we're running on our on a specific MP branch that doesn't have that in it. But there's a bug where you colonize and it gets separatism. That has been fixed internally, so don't you worry. And that's where his threat of particulars is popping up from. So too bad for you there, France. People have noticed that. Finally, you can see subject rebels. Well, if we look at here, well, maybe you're not the best person to look at because we have had those rebels pop. Who has subjects? Golden Horde has subjects. Just any excuse to click on the Golden Horde, really. Ah, sadly, their subjects are not rising up. Also, what is this? What is this? I'm not going to let this fly. We've got some Coptic zealots spreading throughout the Ottomans. This is no mistake by the Ottomans, I'm certain. No, Jake, look away. Bad, Jake. The observer sees all, Ottomans. So, what kind of price on his head do I have to put for somebody to knock these Coptoman zealots? Okay, so the Ottomans are up to something sneaky there. We'll stop by them later on to see if their plan does work out properly. Poland deciding that the remnants of the Teutonic Order have got to go. Remind the knights of their duty, so they've got subjugation on the Teutons there. And I have an incoming transmission from the scripting guru himself. He wants me to take note and pay heed that my wonderful Golden Horde... Oh, you said they were up to date with institutions, but no, they don't have colonialism. How dare you lie to me? No, they're still waiting on colonialism. For shame. Okay, still lots of fighting going on in Europe, but it's not between players here. Bohemia getting partitioned. Austria can smell an opportunity and they're going for it. Poland and Austria fighting together. So perhaps Poland and Austria are seeking to form a very strong and formal alliance between each other, because they are sandwiched in by big threatening nations. If Austria did not have such a big friend, what's to stop France from bullying the HRE and the Emperor in particular? Additionally, Poland does have Ottomans with a knife held firmly at their back. Bohemian succession. Yeah, I probably should have checked the casus belli there, but no, it's just Austrian conquest, not succession. Austria really did not luck out in that regard. But this keeps Poland busy. This keeps Poland busy when they could be beating up on Russia again. Probably not a good idea because Muscovy now have that ever so important military tech 9. Why is military tech 9 so important? Well, looking at it, you get new units, new tactics. The combat width doesn't really matter in terms of giving you the advantage, though. Ah, glorious Golden Horde. Even there at tech 9, they could slap 50 shades of crap out of Poland and Lithuania right now. Come on, come on. I just love that Golden Horde so much. It's no secret. So Morocco going for the slow and steady wins the race routine. It's working out for them. They're being left alone. They are, of course, good friends with the Ottomans, allowing them to keep Septa whilst they move along and gobble up Tunis. France is taking some of that sweet Italian land, though. Not the best Italian land, but if they shift over and take Genoa... Hang on. Savoy is a subject of Austria. That's interesting. Austria would have tanked quite a bit of aggressive expansion for that, but it seems it's fading away. Have they got Austrian ideas to help out with that by now? Well, of course, they start off with better relations over time, so aggressive expansion far less of an obstacle for our Austrians. So France turning into quite the world power here. Could it be that they are going to object to the existence of Ethiopia in what France is probably going to call their gold mines? Interesting. Also, there was a Burgundy here, and it's fairly gone now. Oh, that's pitiful. France ensuring that they take Savoy away. Burgundy reduced to a mere 5 provinces. They lost it all to Denmark. They lost... Oh, well, no, they didn't lose Calais. They lost Picardy. Oh, it's a tragic time. Not only that, but they lost their cores across the way. Greed. I maintain that it is a good thing in life to be greedy, but in Europa Universalis 4, which, let's be honest, is just an extension of life itself, having too much greed can really backfire. It wasn't like it was a Europe-wide coalition, but the German miners decided they will have no more of this Burgundian interference. Not only do you have to give up that delicious Friesland and the Danish lands. Okay, so reduced to the quivering mess that he is, Burgundy is now humbly applying for HRE access from the Emperor. Let's check that out. So we are over in Burgundy's shoes, our capital in Bourgogne. We need 184 opinion with Austria to join the HRE. We currently have 71. So that's the thing, now that we have the camera going, it's criminally obvious when I can't read the screen and I'm going, oh well, it happens. They're going to need to buff up their relationship with Austria. They've got improving relations going on. They'll probably have to throw in a marriage and maybe even some gifts. The great power of Austria. They will decide whether or not Burgundy can be part of the empire or not. They probably will. After all, if Daniel does not defend Burgundy from Daniel, then Daniel is going to plow into Daniel without too much resistance from Daniel. So you can see why we don't want that happening. Somebody's asking about imperial authority growth as well. We already have had the Reich reform, but it is not growing on the grounds of we have too many heretic princes. Also, I have 3 provinces under control of non-member states, so not so great for them.